2026 is the year where we ladies say no to situationships. Please, for the love of everything green on this earth, say no to situationships. And you know what you should be instead? A man hater. Like me. Because being a man hater means that you unlock the perfect formula to a healthy relationship. Why do I say that? Because you have high standards, you don't cut men slack, you know what you want, you know your boundaries, and you're not afraid to say no. Okay? We need to have more of that fierce, independent baddie energy in 2026. And if you guys need proof that it works, ta-da! That's me. I got booed up for the first time. And for those of you who don't know, I got my first boyfriend when I was 25 years old, and now I am 26, turning 27 in 2026. It's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of numbers. I know not all of us out here are mathematicians, but you get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, how did I do that? Well, I made sure to cut off men as soon as they were giving me some sort of weird energy. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect. I'm not gonna say that I didn't have my time of weakness in my when I was a young, naive, you know, impressionable girl in school. Of course, there were times where toxic players and the fuck boys and, you know, the pick me boys and the emo boys and the edgelords, like, there was a time where they would have fooled me, and there was a time that they did. But as you get older, you realize the reason why none of them worked out is because you just needed to learn a lesson, and you needed to kind of build that armor, that protective gear that you wear around you, so that you become unapologetically you. So ladies, remember, don't ever try to shrink yourself or make yourself smaller just so that you can fit into an idea of what a perfect girlfriend should be. Be high maintenance. Have standards that are way too high. Be a little difficult. Don't be, you know, be a little diva if you want to be, because ultimately the way you get people to respect you is by you respecting yourself. You know, how are you going to learn how to have somebody love you, tell somebody how to love you, if you don't love yourself? All right? That's the first lesson in 2026. So let's all remember this. How did I find my man? Well, girls, we have to put ourselves out there. Lord, yeah, I know that in this generation, a lot of us are jaded by the digital kind of a format of dating. Unfortunately, it's the sad reality. I have a friend who met her man through a video game. I think it was like Maple Story. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. But yeah, they met there and they formed a group on Discord, and the rest is history. They've been together for several years now. I have another friend who met her man on Hinge, and another one who met her man on Hinge too. And that's normal. That's normal in this day and age. A lot of people are interacting through the World Wide Web. But you know, as long as you maintain your safety, and you have safety procedures, and you take the proper precautions around you before you know, meet these people, you know, tell somebody where you're going, bring a friend, you know, have them kind of watching you from afar or something, if you need anything to make you feel safe. And ultimately the man is going to respect that you want to feel safe, because if he doesn't respect it on the first date, strike him. He's out. On to my love life. Yeah, I met my sweet boyfriend on Hinge. I was very clear with what I wanted, and so was he, which I really liked, because on the first date, we were already clear, like, we want something serious, and we're trying to seriously get to know each other, that, like, we're not here for games, or we're not here for, like, flings or situationships, or, you know, friends with benefits, or none of that anymore. I don't want any more ambiguity, no more nonchalance. I want you to chalant all the way. Yeah, so we were very clear about that, and he was very respectful of my boundaries, which is, like, you know, you think it's the bare minimum, but the bar is in hell. And yeah, we just connect at different wavelength. Sometimes you don't always need the immediate butterflies and the sparks and all of that. Sometimes slow burn is the best way to go. You know, slow and steady wins the race. And that's true. You gotta be friends first. You gotta get rid of the awkwardness. You gotta be comfortable talking with each other. You gotta try to coexist as people and as friends before you try to be lovers. Because what is the foundation of love if not companionship? And if you don't have that foundation, then you're not gonna be successful lovers. So even if I am dating somebody who's 100 miles away, we have to drive about an hour and I have to see one another. Constant communication, constantly checking in, setting boundaries, making sure that our mental health and our boundaries and our, you know, emotional needs are met. That's really the key. And how did I get here? By being unapologetically me. Whenever I feel something, I tell him. And whenever he has a hard time expressing what he's feeling, I kind of like, you know, tell him that it's okay. And kind of guide his way through understanding his emotions. Also, it's important to have a man that celebrates you when you're up and supports you when you're down. Okay? This is why I can't do no type of situationship, because like, what do you mean you're only here when you want to be up? What do you mean you're only here on your terms? Like, heck no, I can't. And people that are getting stuck in a situationship past 3 months, please, ladies, get up. We are better than this. We are better than this. Cut them off. Snip, snip, snip. They're holding up the queue. They're holding up the line. I am sure that somebody else out there is waiting for you to be available. Your soulmate is out there waiting for you, but you are stuck because this situationship is holding up the queue, blocking the view. Okay, we do not want to block the view. Let him go.